Yo, what up, guys? Welcome back to STOMP Wrestling. I'm here with my boy MPKH, filtered, unfiltered, whichever persona he feels like bringing today. We got to talk about Wardlow. That's what we're here to do today. Talk about Wardlow. If you're an AEW mark and you don't like hearing any criticism about AEW, click off. Okay, no, wait. Actually, stay. Press like, subscribe, do all that, and then click off. Then save yourself the pain.
Don't go.
First, do all of those things, and then you could go. So,
yes,
I have an issue with Wardlow. Not with Wardlow himself, because I think Wardlow himself is perfect at what he does. But the way he's being presented after the MGF feud, that's my issue. I want to hear your initial thoughts just off that statement. I don't want to corrupt your mind yet on my thoughts. I want to hear your thoughts first.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are in we're in Wardlow's world right now. So, yeah, I've also noticed that even after the MJF feud, Wardlow hasn't really. I'm thinking the fire has been put out on Wardlow, really, because what has he actually done? And don't mention winning the TNT Championship, because we know he's done that, but like, I'm just finding myself not caring about Wardlow. Like, that's bad, really. That's really bad.
I agree.
Because he's been hyped up as MJF's, like he was with MJF for so long, and we expected him to break out. Like, the ceiling was high for him, but now it's just like, oh no, how did Tony Khan fuck up Wardlow? That's another question I've been asking myself. How did Tony Khan fuck up this wrestler? How? So, yeah, that's my thoughts.
When was the last time we saw him on Dynamite? Because I know he came in, he ran in on Rampage, but I don't really watch Rampage all the time. So, when was the last time we saw him in Dynamite? The Orange Cassidy match?
Yes.
That's 2 Dynamites ago, right? Because Fighter Fest week 1, Fighter Fest week 2, we saw that, and he wasn't on either one, or was he? I don't think he was.
I don't think he was on Fighter Fest week 1 or 2. Let me just check online real quick. Let me check the
while you're checking
Fighter
that.
Fest.
While you're checking that, let me talk about his Scorpio Sky match where he actually won the TNT title. So, firstly, he has a TNT title match the same night as Jon Moxley has a championship match against Brody King. Why they're on the same night, I don't understand. Why Wardlow goes on first, I don't understand either. It would have been perfect if Moxley didn't have a title match, could have had a match. And then Wardlow versus Scorpio Sky ended the show, because apparently AEW can't end the show with anything else other than Jon Moxley. So Wardlow ending the show, going off with a big win. The face gets his big title win, the confetti, everything that they did. But just let people's minds go away from AEW with Wardlow on their mind. Switch off the TV, and the last thing you remember is Wardlow winning the TNT title. Not the first thing, and then it gets overshadowed by Moxley bleeding for the 5th time, or whatever the case is. So from the start, when he won the title, for me it was like, okay, they're not all in on this guy. They're just doing it because they have to. Because he's so over. Because everyone's calling for it. That's what I think it was from the start.
I feel like with the whole Wardlow push, I feel like Tony Khan was kind of forced by the fans to push Wardlow, because he's actually good. His in-ring skills are great. He's good in the ring, and his character could use some changes, but hey, I think he's good overall. So yeah, I'm looking now, and Fighter Fest week 1 aired on the 13th of July. Yeah, Wardlow was on Fighter Fest, and he defeated Orange Cassidy.
Okay, so it was that week. Okay, so that was when he faced Orange Cassidy.
Oh yeah,
and week 2?
Week 2 was the 22nd of July. Oh wait, no. Yeah, I'm right. Hang on. I hope Wikipedia don't fail me now. Oh no, it's the 20th. My mistake. 22nd was a Friday. My apologies. But yeah, he wasn't on Fyter Fest week 2. So, no.
And I don't think he was on Dynamite last week.
I don't think so. I don't think
so
he was.
So, that's another issue. He's got to be on TV every week. He's got to be on TV. Even if it's a run-in, even if it's whatever it is, doesn't have to be a match, but you got to show the guy's face.
Exactly.
You got to show his face.
You can't just book the guy and then have him not appear on TV and just have him do random stuff. Because even I started questioning to myself, man, is this the same Wardlow that squashed MJF at Double or Nothing? Is that the same Wardlow I'm watching? Because he's not that guy anymore.
No,
he
really
really isn't.
He's really not. And
also,
yeah.
Also, another question I've been wanting to ask: the TNT Championship in 2022. The TNT Championship picture has been a complete disaster. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's been a disaster ever since Cody left. Ooh.
I agree. It feels like when it started, when AEW started, it felt like the TNT title was not very far below the world title in terms of like on a scale. But it feels like now it's below that. So it's like a lower mid-card title now. Not even an upper mid-card title, which is where it was when Cody had it, and Sammy Guevara, Darby Allin, Miro, all of those guys. It should be on guys like Miro right now. It should be on guys like Malachi Black, Wardlow. It should be on guys like that, which then allows the next guy who wins it to have some sort of prestige from the get-go.
Like, the title should have a lot of prestige to it. It should be that championship that, okay, hey, I may not win the World Heavyweight title, but the TNT Championship, I can bring prestige to that championship as well and add my name to the list.
Like the IC title back in the day. Way back in the day.
The Intercontinental Championship and the TNT Championship haven't been decent this year at all.
The IC title a lot worse than the TNT title though.
Very even. And Gunther's holding the championship, and I love him, but yikes, they're not even having him defended on a fucking pay-per-view. That's how bad it is.
Bro, I would have killed to see Gunther versus Ricochet at SummerSlam. I would have killed to see it.
Or Gunther versus Nakamura.
Or that, sorry. That probably would have been a better match. But we digress.
We're talking about the TNT Championship and Wardlow, more importantly. So yes, TNT Championship hasn't been that great at all this year. So
let's talk about his first title defense against Orange Cassidy. I think that was his first defense.
Yeah, it was.
What were your thoughts on that?
I mean, I don't get the Orange Cassidy hype. I think I've clarified that. And I was like, okay, so you're having Wardlow versus Orange Cassidy. Sure, Cassidy might get a little bit of offense, but then Wardlow has to dominate, right? Wrong. Yeah. Orange Cassidy just gets a lot of offense, and Wardlow looks like a chump in that match.
Bro.
Oh, boy.
Ripping the pockets out of Cassidy and all of that stuff, and I'm just like, it just makes you look stupid.
Why are you entertaining this?
Just beat the hell out of him. That's what you should be. You should just beat the hell out of him, like you did to MJF. So you saying Wardlow can beat MJF with 20,000 power bombs, whatever it was, but he can't beat Orange Cassidy quickly. So Orange Cassidy is therefore higher in Tony Khan's mind than MJF was. That's how I look at it. That's really how I look at it.
Yeah. Oh boy. MJF we got to talk about that man's on another day because we miss you, Maxwell. Oh,
bro.
But hey.
But even with that Cassidy Wardlow match, they're both faces. They're both arguably the biggest faces below Moxley in the company.
Oh, yeah.
Be honest. Both of them are probably just under Moxley in terms of where they fit. Why put them against each other? Why? Someone's got to lose. Someone's got to come out better over the other one. Why are you putting a game against each other in the first place?
Oh boy, like why would you do that?
That doesn't make sense.
It's just a thing of yeah, Orange Cassidy is over to most fans. A few of us don't really get it, but in Tony Khan's mind, Orange Cassidy is what brings ratings, and Wardlow is the guy that needed his first championship defense, and who better than that? Cassidy. I would have personally had somebody else, but I digress. Hashtag Konosuke Takeshita.
Takeshita, you could have had Takeshita. Okay, Takeshita's also a face, but I guess Wardlow could have still gone over with him. You could have had Sammy Guevara even. That would have been a good match, a good defense, because Sammy's won the title 3 times or whatever the case is. So Wardlow beating him would have cemented Wardlow's place even more. You could have had, I don't know, a couple other names. But Darby Allin, exactly.
Who else? Miro.
I suppose
Miro's in a storyline with the House of Black. So we digress. But
I don't know. I just think I made a tweet the other day where I said that AEW needs to look at Bobby Lashley to fix up Wardlow, because they're both similar. They're both big powerhouses. They're both big faces. They're both over at the moment, and they both got the mid-card title. So why is one getting cheers and not the other? Maybe you could say Bobby's got a lot more history, got a lot more credit in the bank, so that's a reason, which I kind of agree with. But I still think what they've done is Bobby still dominated everybody since his face run. He beat Omos. He's beaten Theory. He's dominated everyone he's faced. So,
exactly.
Why? Because
why not do the same for Wardlow?
Exactly.
Because he's defeated. Because Wardlow's 2022 has been decent. I mean, he's beaten Shawn Spears. He had a great match with Punk. He beat MJF. He's a TNT champion. What more can you ask from Wardlow? I mean,
exactly.
I know you can't. Just all you had to do is just give him something meaningful to do, and the fans will remember it like that. We don't want to remember it as, okay, Wardlow was this big guy, he fit the stereotype of being the small man's bodyguard, hashtag MJF. Then MJF just got pissed off at him, thought he was useless. Wardlow turns face, has a storyline with his former boss, and then fades into oblivion, and then has the TNT championship just. We don't want to remember it like that.
No.
We actually don't.
What we want out of this is Wardlow to then move on to the main event scene. That's not going to happen if this run is terrible.
Exactly. It also kind of reminds me of also how AEW handled Hangman Adam Page as their world champion. Like, sure, the storyline, yeah, it was great and all, but the championship didn't really mean something with Hangman as there, because you gave him the opponents. Danielson, Lance Archer, Adam Cole, Punk. But then what? He didn't feel like a champion. He just felt like a mid-carder holding the championship. And I hate to say that term. I just hate it.
Yeah,
but that's just what it is.
I agree. And with Wardlow, it feels like, which is not the case at all, but it feels like if you just started watching now and you don't have any backstory, it feels like they put the title on a guy too early. Like he's not ready. But we know that's not the
Exactly.
case. We know that's not the case after the whole MJF feud and everything. But it's what it feels like since they put the title on him.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Wardlow has everything that you can ask for in a wrestler, especially Vince McMahon. But he's gone.
Especially since it's something AEW don't have a lot of.
Yes.
They got a few big powerhouse guys, but it's not a huge thing in their company.
I
mean, who do they
got?
They
got Powerhouse Hobbs,
Wardlow, Jake Cargill in the women's division, Miro.
Yeah, Brody King, who you're trying to build. But
that's another story. That's another story.
That's.
I won't get into that one.
But don't think of us as we're trying to body shame wrestlers. No, we are definitely not doing that. We're just saying we just need Wardlow to do something meaningful with this run because he's got the talent. We know he's got the talent. It's just a matter of why isn't he having the run of his career? Just why?
When he should be. Everything was set up for him. Do you think that they are too scared to push Wardlow the way we're saying they should because they basically did that with Jay Cargill? So do you think they're scared to do the same thing with two mid-card champions?
I'm not really sure about that.
Do you think it's irrelevant?
I honestly don't expect I don't expect Wardlow to have the push Jay Cargill is getting because, I actually kind of do, really. If I think about it, I kind of do.
Yeah.
I just think, really, if you want yourself a powerhouse and you want to establish his name, just look at what you're doing with Jay Cargill. Look at what WWE's doing with Bobby Lashley. Just look at that. Even look at what Impact did with Moose back in the day.
Yeah.
Just look at those guys and how they're viewed at by fans today. I mean, some fans hate Jade Cargill, but I think she's a tremendous talent, and AEW's lucky to have her.
For sure.
She's the only. I mean, her and Hook are the only undefeated wrestlers in AEW, right now. Wardlow is just that guy who just got in and got the title and hey, we're just gonna do this and so with you. Also, another champion that's suffering from minimal TV time and not much of a memorable title run is Thunder Rosa. Oh my god.
Who?
It's Thunder Rosa.
Who's that? Bro, I haven't
see what I did there?
I haven't seen her on TV for how long?
See? Bro. You see what I'm talking about?
I preferred Britt Baker with the title because at least we saw the women's division on TV.
Ooh.
See what I did there?
Yeah. I'll give Britt Baker props. She was actually... Yeah. I'll give Britt Baker her props soon because she made that championship feel relevant.
She had a reason to be on TV. She gave Tony Khan a reason to put herself on TV.
Well, with Joe Dage gave Britt Baker some praise.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, would you look at that? Oh yeah. Well, would you look at that? MPKH gave Britt Baker her praise. Yay! Oh dear.
I think we gotta clip that. Save it in our camera roll for every time you say something bad about Britt Baker.
But hey, yeah. I don't hate her. I just think I don't get the hype, really, especially from Tony Khan. But
yeah,
I'll see.
I think
I just prefer Thunder.
If Tony put Thunder Rosa on TV as much as he did Britt Baker, then it would be justified on why Britt Baker was on TV so much. But because Thunder Rosa's barely on TV, you start thinking, okay, how much did he value Britt Baker? Because she was on TV every week. She's still on TV every week.
Yeah. Even in storylines that she's in, and it's not even for the championship. He's still seen as the big deal. Why can't there be Thunder Rosa? Why? It pains to be a Thunder Rosa fan sometimes,
bro.
I
really like Thunder Rosa, but Tony Khan's presentation of her since she's won the title has just been terrible. Terrible.
Bad, bro. The case for Wardlow. Are we overreacting and should we give it some time, or did this conversation need to happen because it's been running through your head and my head and a few fans' head actually?
Yeah. I think we got to give it time at the end of the day. You've always got to give it time. But
yeah,
you guys must let us know. Are we overreacting? And don't be an AEW mark or an AEW stan about it. Be realistic. Are we overreacting? Don't just say it because you're dick riding Tony Khan. Actually, be realistic.
Stealing my shtick out here. I'm the unfiltered one.
Bro,
damn it.
These marks make me unfiltered. I think I need to bring out the unfiltered WrestleDrop persona when it comes to these marks.
Yeah.
Gimmick
and
infringement.
trademarking. Yeah, that's gimmick infringement right there. You know it. I'm trademarking the unfiltered gimmick.
Nah, I won't.
I need to bring it back.
I won't take it.
But anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Let us know in the comments: are we overreacting about Wardlow, or does this conversation need to happen someday? Because hey, we want to know what the fuck is happening with Wardlow. But anyways, stomp on that like button, stomp on that subscribe button, and stomp on the tab on the bell icon. And also follow your favorite your Stomp brothers on their individual social media platforms, and also the Stomp socials in the description below. And we will see you guys later. And that is just too sweet.